It was 2 years ago when one of my colleagues posted a very short sentence on social media saying, "Today I remembered why I chose this company." One sentence. This sentence created more pride, more belonging, more interactions than any campaign we did that month. And it was super simple. This tells us the story of employer branding from another perspective. My name is Florentina Ciontea. I'm a psychologist working in human resources for over 20 years, leading teams for the 10 years, I think, driving organizational changes, cultural shifts, and really, really loving employee engagement, how to keep people feeling that they belong. Today, I will bring this perspective to employer branding because we heard so many good insights until now. I will bring the human perspective because what my colleague did when I was telling about that post, this is what she did. She just brought the human side in the employer brand strategy because employer brand doesn't need just a strategy. It also needs a human touch and a feeling. And this is exactly what we need in today's world of work. At Pluxee, we are a global employee engagement and benefits provider, and we really like to look at data and to look at how people stay engaged and to tell that to our customers. So we did a global study in over 8 countries with 10,000 people responding, and we somehow tried to see if the saying that employees are disengaged is true. What people really say. What you see on the screen is somehow a bit a myth buster. So actually, it seems that 83% out of those 10,000 respondents said that they like or love their company. Imagine that. They are super engaged, but in a different way. They want to be engaged on their own terms. They want ambition and a time for their life. They want meaning and purpose. So somehow employees see engagement super differently, and you will see today what I mean by this. Because actually, we realized, I also have the chairs, please excuse me for moving. I need to see what I'm telling you also. We realized that out of the study, we could make 6 rules or 6 things that people just told us that are super important. The first one is that they want to engage. They like their company. They just want to do it on their terms. Yeah? Engagement is measured. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that we measure engagement. It means that I want to give it intentionally on my terms. The third one is that volunteering fuels meaning, a lot of meaning. This community involvement, these programs that we do internally in our companies as HR, they fuel somehow meaning and emotional connection. Time is the new currency. I mean, we are so much on social media and all the things that we do, and time is really the new currency. Yeah, anything that is very structured, high friction, this really dies. We need to do things fast. Engagement is and should be reciprocal. It's a two-way street. Yeah, I give you as my employer, but I want to be seen. I really want to see that you care for me. And finally, one size fits all, it's over. Yeah, personalization in everything that we do. We took this rule, we really put it in our employee advocacy program, and we started somehow living the paradox. Because let's be honest, we all live in a paradox. We want to do everything with a very, very little budget. We had to do it. 2 years ago, we launched our new brand. We were Sodexo, now we are Pluxee. Yeah, we had to do it in a very short period of time with a very tight budget, in a talent market that is noisier than ever, and with overwhelmed employees. Having all the rules and having all the budget constraints and everything, we needed to build trust, retention, and conversion with very low friction. And again, looking at our study, and in the end, you'll see, I'll have a surprise for you. We saw, and I don't think it's going to be a surprise, we saw that people listen to people, not to company posts. Yeah, so people really trust other people that tell authentically. Maya was speaking a bit before about authenticity. I fully relate to that. Tell authentically how it is to be in a company. Yeah, and this trust drives candidate conversion and retention, and this is what we needed. So what we did, yeah, to support that new brand, to support talent retention and employee advocacy that we needed to have. We launched a program called Pluxee Ambassadors. It was an activation combining advocacy and volunteering with the need of bringing authentic voices to the floor, so to say. And we did that with 3 very, very simple levers, because you will see that people need, and I told you a little bit before, they really need purpose. We linked volunteering, I mean their posts, with volunteering events who created super big impact. We did some very small trainings, 3 trainings, I will tell you about it. We gave them templates, super low friction processes, and we let them speak in their voices. We didn't impose anything to them. Not timing, not you have to do this per month, targets. No, we let them do their measured engagement. Because looking at the trends, and I told you we really like to look at the trends of where the world of work is going. Again, I don't think I'm telling you anything new. Advocacy lifts internal engagement. Yeah? People feel seen and they feel like they matter. AI, we spoke a bit earlier about AI. Yes, we gave them prompts for ChatGPT, not to create their somehow postings, but to enhance them, to express their voices even more. Yes, we gave them governance, because as people, you will see later on in my presentation, we crave for stability, for safety, we need governance. And also, I told you earlier, engagement is a two-way street. So somehow we took all of this, the future of work, into consideration and put it in our program. And I want to show you some impact, because I think numbers speak, and this is very important. These are our results after 8 months. So it was an 8 months program in the first year, with 22 ambassadors that just raised their hand and said, look, I want to be part of it, who created almost 1,000 posts on their own, with, I would say, a pretty good number of interaction, 41K, and average interaction per post. But most of all, I think what's super important is the internal engagement, the feedback that we got in the interview, saying, look, is it really like that in your company? I mean, because I see you on social media posting about all those events. Do you really do all those things? And it was those kind of feedbacks that somehow was showing us, and not only those, was showing us that what we do is really meaningful. I want to also give you some real faces and real posts just to see what they did, actually. So these are 3 of our ambassadors, one of the most active, so to say, because getting back to our study, you will see in the study that some people, depending on their life stages, on their energy, they interact more than others. Yeah? These are our top activists. We called it in the study all parts in, or somehow work-centric, the ones that really care for it. We enabled 22, but we empowered the one that really wanted to shine. Yeah? So you see the top 3. You see also top 3 ambassadors looking at the different kind of criteria per post, per interaction, engagement efficiency. There were people throughout the organization, so I'm looking at the sales guy, sales. I'm looking at compliance, I'm looking at legal, I'm looking also, we don't have here HR, but we also had HR. And when you go to leadership with such a program, you need to speak numbers. In HR, we really need to educate this more and more. We started doing this, but we need to educate more and more HR to speak numbers. And we really wanted to measure this, to make sure that we are doing the right thing. So we measured participation rate, so it was 80% for us. Average interaction, views per post, talent retention. This was a very good indicator for us that things that we do it super well, 97%, so they stayed with us. 5% more referrals for candidates out of just these single things of letting them expressing themselves on social media. Time to hire reduced to 31 days. I think we are super lucky. I was hearing 60 days before. Sorry for this. And employee engagement, that increased from 84 to 87%. And I think these numbers really speak by themselves. So I was telling you how we did it safe, how we made it safe and repeatable. And if I was like to give you something, I would give you this. Psychological safety, this is very important for our employees. And how we did it through governance. We said, look, you have these templates, you have this channel in which if you want to post, you can ask us, is it good? Would you change something? Is it safe to say like that? So we made it super low friction for them and super safe. And this mattered a lot. And we approached this risk because when you go live on social media, you open the company and yourself to a lot of risks. I mean, employer brand, employer reputation, they all go in there. I mean, there are a lot of risks that you expose yourself. We approached it as adults, setting those boundaries, setting some very short and clear social media guidelines, yeah? Respect consent, you have the templates. We gave them monthly themes to think about and to post about. And this is how we made it work. And it was a program designed for life, because life is not necessarily ideal, yeah? Not an ideal life. It was super low cost. I told you that somehow the budget and the constraints were super high, with very high authenticity, and somehow respecting this measured engagement. These are some simple activation that we did. These pictures are from the employees' posts. You can see them doing several things. My colleague Sorina speaking in our company day. It was her birthday here. Marius, recognition for a training that he did. So these are some more us going in color run and in a well-being event that we participated in. Here you see the team, sorry, that somehow did everything, and they were behind, so I'm super proud of them. I think these pictures are relatable, and they spark belonging, because belonging is what we wanted to create. And in the study, you will see that it's the first indicator of retention and productivity, when you manage to spark this belonging in employees. Okay, I was telling you that we had a high impact, low spend. We gave them 3 trainings, social media guidelines, hashtags, on-the-spot group feedback through our WhatsApp group, Teams channel. We gave them recognition. Yeah, we did all kind of internal recognition for them. Small gifts, taking them out to lunch, nothing fancy, yeah? And the measure was super good. When I say super good, I am looking at the referral lift and at the employee engagement. If I was to somehow give something to you to live today with, I would say that these 3 rules would be. One would be to start small. You don't need a high budget. Yeah, we didn't have a high budget. The next year we will evolve the program, for sure. We invested more, a bit more, but start small. Start where you are. You don't need an army to do this. You just need a spark. 2 employees, that's good enough. Measure trust, measure connection, measure engagement, start measuring this, and super, super important, link this advocacy to purpose, because this is what somehow creates the community and the belonging. I'm repeating myself again, but I think I come from the same reality as you. You don't need a huge budget, you just need people who speak, people who care, and people who show up. Because our brand is built through people, and it's for the people, and this is what we needed. So, in the end, if you scan the QR code, you can download the study that Pluxee did. It's a very interesting study. I encourage you, it's for free, I encourage you to download it and to somehow read. It's 20 pages of study, so much more than I told you today. If you do these kind of programs in your organizations, I would love to come and speak to you because I would love to learn from you and exchange ideas. And I hope in this room, we will have more organizations where people feel that they belong and feel that they can speak. And I want to thank you. Thank you.